'Cause girls like you run around with guys like me till sundown. When I come through, I need a girl like you, yeah, yeah. Girls like...
Hi guys, it's Sheila Shimmers and welcome back to my channel. As you can see on the title, we're going to be reviewing the Norvina palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. I am super excited because it's one of my favorite brands on eyeshadows, and I used to pick up the Modern Renaissance palette like almost every day. I can say hands down that it's like my favorite palette ever. I do own most of the palettes that they have come out with except the Subculture one, just because I felt like those colors just went my style and I wasn't going to use them. But as soon as I saw this one, I was so excited and I felt like it was so stunning and I just had to get my hands on it. So before we get into it, don't forget to subscribe below and like this video and just leave some love on the comment section, and let's just go ahead and get started. The Anastasia eyeshadow palettes usually retails for $42, and this one is no different. It brings 14 shades ranging from bold and bright mattes to soft pastel shimmers. So each pan brings 0.02 ounces as they always do, and it does have that velvety feeling that they always do. I absolutely love this packaging. I know some people are kind of tired of it, but I just love it. I just think it looks so stunning, and I have to say I do love this color. I love the fact that they chose this lavender kind of color because she just makes me want the palette even more. Like, I feel like if the packaging was any different, I probably wouldn't even have gone for it. I'm not saying that this is not gorgeous what it's inside, but I definitely want to say that what really drew me to it was the color on the outside. So I do want to mention a couple of things. I do love their packaging for traveling. I have traveled with it in the past before, and I feel like it's small enough for you to put it anywhere. The only thing I don't like about this material, if you have any residue on your hands, it is definitely going to transfer and it's going to show on your packaging. But I try to be careful just because I like it so much, and I try to clean my hands before I go back to touch it. So it does bring a mirror, and then here it has the little brush that it brings. I do really like this brush. I believe I have like 3 or 4 of them, and I do really like this brush. So you have all your shimmers on the top and then all your mattes on the bottom. I have watched a couple of videos of people using it, and they were saying how they disliked the fact that they didn't organize them well, but I don't feel like that bothers me so much. I feel like if they would have put it side by side with each color, I feel like I would just go into it and I would be drawn to use the same colors each time. This way I can be like more creative and kind of play around with the colors that it actually has. I kind of like the fact that I can jump from one to another, but I do understand the fact that if you are a beginner and they were side by side, it would be much easier for people to just go ahead and use it and kind of know which shades to combine. So all I can say about this palette, like I said, is one of my favorite brands, and I'm super optimistic about this video, but that does not mean I'm going to be biased in my opinion. I'm definitely going to give it a fair try and let you guys know what I really think about it. Without further ado, let's just go ahead and get started. The first thing I'm going to be doing is priming my eyes, and for this I'm going to be using the P. Louise base in the shade Rumor. I'm just going to be warming it up in the back of my hand, and I'm just going to be applying this on my lids. So I'm kind of just patting this on. I feel like the formula of this base just works better when you do this instead of just swiping away. Once I've done that, I'm going to take a little stippling brush and I'm just going to be kind of blending this in the beginning and at the end. So now I'm ready to get into this palette, and look how beautiful. I don't have a look in mind, so I'm kind of just going to try whichever shadow I feel like using. I did forget to mention that this is the first palette that I have ever bought that has like cool tone shades in it. I feel like it kind of clashes with my skin color, that's why I don't really go for them, and I feel like it makes me look like washed out. But today we're going to give it a try and we're going to see how it really works out. I think I'm going to start with the color Incense. I'm going to be using this as my transition shade. Oh, this is much darker than it looks. It's a lot more brown. I thought it was going to be like a little bit more beige color. As far as picking up product on the pan, that's not something that usually bothers me, and I feel like that is something that Anastasia shadows are known for. Like, if you ever get one of their shadows, you know that's going to happen and you're going to have a lot of fallout. And that doesn't bother me. That doesn't speak at all about a quality of product. But this one, I have noticed, has even more fallout than Modern Renaissance. So that's something that really bothers you. I feel like you're gonna really hate this one because I'm not somebody that usually gets a different opinion just based off of that. But this is like, I've only used one color so far and it's kind of like already bugging me. So I feel like this brush is very decent. It's not like the best brush ever, but I do really like them. I feel like it does a really good job. Next color I'm going to take is going to be Eccentric. So I'm just patting this color on and you can definitely see it right there. But once you blend it, it turns into like a muddy brown. like you kind of lose that true like mustardy kind of orangey shade. That's weird. So I'm just going to be taking a little bit more. I mean, I've put enough already. The shade I'm going to be taking is Passion right here. It's like a burgundy, I think. And I'm going to be packing this on my outer corner. All the shadows are super pigmented. But I don't feel like... I wonder if it's the brush that's doing this to me. Colors are like looking muddy once you blend them. So let me just take another one. I'm just taking this Morphe M441. And I'm going to try to blend this out. This is creating like this stain right here. Like I don't understand it. It's like a circle. And then it goes into like a brown. I'm applying a little bit more of that Passion color right on the crease. Not because I wanted to, but because I have no idea where this is going. So I thought Passion was the darkest color on this palette, so I took Volatile right here and I swatched it, and it does look like a dark brown, but it kind of looks like the same color as Passion, so I'm not sure if I should even like try for it. Passion was supposed to be like a burgundy, but I don't see burgundy anywhere around this eye look. It just all looks brown. Oh, and I just took this very far. So I feel like I should just start over at this point. I have put 3 shades in my eyes that look nothing alike. So I have used Incense was the first one that I used. Then I used Eccentric, then Passion, then Volatile. And this all just looks brown. Like muddy brown, not even like super blended brown. So I think I must have used like two colors that just don't go well with each other. That's what I'm thinking. I feel like I don't want to make the video a million years long, so should I just try to blend this out and kind of go with it? But this one was the one that I just used Volatile, and what I'm going to do is just do Eccentric one more time and just put a little bit, kind of blend this out on the crease, just so I don't see that harsh line that I'm seeing right now with that brown. I am the kind of person, like, I'm not going to give a product a harsh no unless I really hate it. Just on the first try, you know what I mean? Like, I want to try this a couple of times and see if I'm doing something wrong, if I'm applying it the wrong way. Sometimes there are colors and palettes that just don't mix well, and that's just the reality of it. Alright, so what I'm going to be doing is using the rest of that P. Louise base that I had in the back of my hand, and I'm going to be carving out a semi-cut crease. I'm going to be putting that on both sides of this brush, and then I'm just going to start carving out my crease. I'm going to be taking the flat side of the Anastasia brush that I brought, and I'm going to be going, I think, I'm going to be using this shimmer right here. It's called Wild Child, and I feel like that one and Celestial are just the 2 reasons why I got this shadow in the first place. And I'm going to be placing this in the beginning of the eye. So for some reason, the mattes have a lot more fallout than the shimmers. Alright, so I'm going to leave that there, and then I'm going to be taking, next I'm going to be taking Celestial, and I'm going to be placing this from the middle towards the outer corner. Those 2 shades are so stunning. So next I'm going to be going into Passion, and I'm just taking my Morphe M441 once again, and I'm going to be blending this out on the outer corner. Even though it all looks brown. So confused. It's definitely brown, but it looks like a burgundy brown, no? Like a reddish brown? On the lid, it does not though. I don't like super hate this look, but I definitely thought I was going to do something very different with this palette, so it's just going in a different direction. Next, I'm going to be taking this Tarte Jewels. This one is in the shade White Gold, and I'm going to be taking the side that has the glitter on it. I'm going to be taking the shade Passion. I'm going to be putting it really close to my lash line. Alright, so now I'm going to get off camera and finish off this eye. Alright, so I'm back, and as you can see, I not only finished my eye, but I also finished kind of like my face. I already put all my dirty fingers around it, and I just freaking hate that. But anyways, I'm back, and I'm just going to dig into this palette one more time and just kind of do under my eyes. Honestly, guys, I kept looking on social media, and I kept being like, why is everybody doing the same look? And now I know. It's because no matter what color you choose, it's gonna turn brown. I'm so pissed off. But I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna see what I'm doing wrong. I'm gonna see if it's the primer that I'm using. I'm gonna see if it's the brushes that I'm using. I'm gonna see if it's a combination of colors that I'm using. I am gonna figure this out for you guys because I really, really want to make this palette work. I think I'm gonna dip into Eccentric, and I'm kind of gonna be placing this under my eyes. Taking a smaller brush, I'm going to be digging into Passion. Next, I'm going to be going into Dreamer. And I'm going to be using this shade for the inner corner and also my brow bone. I'm just going to highlight a little bit. So just placing this one right on my brow bone. Wow, this shade is stunning. I do have to say this, the shimmer shades are gorgeous. No one can take that away from this palette. Alright, so there's that. So all we have left is eyelashes and lipstick, and I really don't know which lipsticks I'm going to be using. But I do have to say, this ended up being like a really, really pretty look. It's not what I intended to do, but I kind of really dig it. I think I'm going to use this Unicorn Lashes because I've used them like a million times lately, and I love them. And I feel like they're just going to run away from me. Mascara I'll be using, I actually got it on BoxyCharm and I have been loving this one. It's by the brand Wonder Beauty and it's called On Lash. I'm not sure how much this one goes for, but I am definitely going to buy it again once it's done because I love it. I feel like I should just stay with the Anastasia theme, so I'm going to be using this Anastasia lip palette. This is how it looks like, and ooh, I think I'm going to start by using this shade over here. I'm going to be putting this gloss over top of it. This one is from NYX, and like I said, it's in the shade Gypsy Dreams. Okay guys, so we are finally done with this review. I have lots to say about this palette. First and foremost, I want to talk about the actual brand. I do believe that Anastasia, like I said in the beginning of this video, has one of the best formulas for eyeshadows that I have ever seen and ever tried. And even after I tried this, I stand by that statement. I did really like the palette. I did really like the packaging. Like I said, it hasn't changed much from all their other palettes. Even though there's a lot of people tired of this packaging, I wouldn't want them to see them changing it because I love it so much. Now I feel like I have enough palettes for me to be like, okay, I have like a series of them, so I would like to continue them. I don't know if that sounds weird or not, but that's how I feel about it. As always, pricing wise, I feel like it's a really good price point, especially for the quality of the shadows that you're getting. And as far as the colors in this palette, I know a lot of people don't think that this is colors that they would reach for as much on an everyday basis, but there are a lot of colors here that you can definitely make very wearable for day and night. It just depends on which colors you actually use. Like all the shimmer ones are very pretty. You kind of have this 3 right here that are from like more day, and you have this really 2 different colors that we don't really see in other palettes, which are Wild Child and Celestial, which are the 2 that have really drawn me to get this palette. And then you have the matte shades on the bottom, and I do feel like there's a lot of combinations that you can do with it, and I really like that. As far as my experience for it today, I did not think I was gonna end up with the look that I have on my eyes right now. I loved it. I'm not saying I didn't. I really liked it, but that is not where I was going for, so that kind of really disappoints me on the fact that I thought I was going to use these shades right here and they were going to turn into a whole different look, because they do when you look at them. Like, maybe I'm just looking at them wrong, maybe I can't see colors and it's just me, but I see this one being a little bit more orangey. Like, am I crazy? This one looks orangey and this one looks reddish, but they turn out to be just brown. And then when I use these 2, this one looks a lot lighter than it showed up on my eye, and then Volatile just ended up being a much darker brown than it is. So I'm not saying that I didn't like it, I'm saying that I have to play with it a lot more. As far as blendability, I really like the shadows. They blend it out so easily and they have tons of pigment, so you're not missing out on that sense. And the shimmers on the top, I really did enjoy them. I ended up using 3 of them. I used Wild Child, Celestial, and Dreamer. This one turned out to be such a pretty highlight for your brow bone, and I would love to see it like on the beginning of the eye. I think it would look stunning. Maybe I'll use these 2 for my next look that I do, because I definitely want to keep trying it out and kind of get a more together opinion before I tell you guys like, yeah, go buy it, yeah, don't go buy it. So far I really like having this palette, me particularly, because I do love Anastasia shadows and I kind of want to have them just because it's like one of my favorite brands. The only one I didn't buy was Subculture, because I knew I wasn't ever gonna reach for it, but this one does have a lot more colors that I kind of like, especially like this purpley shades, because purple is my favorite color. But if that's not how you feel about this brand and that's not how you feel about this colors, I would just really save my money on it. I don't think this is something that you need to like go out and reach for like right now immediately, but if you do see it on social media and if you do kind of like the looks that people are doing and you kind of think like, oh, maybe I should go get it, then maybe just try it. Maybe just go get it, try it. If you don't like it, then return it, because I really did enjoy the look that I have today. It would be really disappointed if I go and try it again and I end up with the same browns on my crease. That would just really kind of piss me off. So with what I know today, I have to say that I really liked it. It's just, I think my opinion is going to change throughout this video and maybe the next videos that I do. So definitely subscribe below so you can see the next videos that I upload, so you can see my full review on this palette, because I don't like just taking a product, using it one time and then just ditching it or telling people that I love it. That's not how I roll. It's not my style. I know in YouTube it's very fast and people just tell you one thing and they kind of like move on to the next product. I'm not like that. Everything that I have, even though I have a lot, I kind of really love. I don't really have anything just to have it. I'm very selective onto what I buy and what I spend my money on. I kind of don't like having the same thing twice. So with that said, guys, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really hope you subscribe below and like it, and you stick around for my upcoming videos, and I will see you on my next one. Bye!
Aside from my soul, there goes a sight, there goes a sight. Now there goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight from my soul.